How's it going, everyone? So this is an overview of the CMon. This is actually the first edition of the CMon that we have now. So like Sean was saying, there should be ability to maybe take requests in the future, maybe new features and new things. So just keep that in mind. This is the first iteration of the CMon Central Monitoring Console. Now, this is a web-based application, like Sean was saying. This is HTML5 based, which means any modern web browser should work with the CMon. That means you could actually use your smartphone, so your iPhone, your Android web browser that's on your phone right now could access the CMon if you have it installed. CMon is actually an installable executable that you place onto a server machine in your environment. That server could actually be anywhere in your environment. It doesn't have to be in one particular office. It could be centrally located. That is a requirement, and this is the web address that you're connecting to that computer from the web browser. So, and then you would bookmark this IP address once you get that in place. You can see the start screen is always going to be the dashboard, and that's always going to be the case. That dashboard is completely customizable for what you see in front of you, including the ability to see right in front of you as soon as you log in, successful or failed, or jobs that have certain specific status. You have a pie chart on the left here. You can actually set, just by left clicking inside that display, the amount of days to go back or weeks. You can customize that. By default it is 30 days. And you can see I'm hovering over each section of this chart, pie chart here, to show me a complete total count of how many successful jobs, how many jobs that were completed with warnings, how many failed jobs are showing up here. You also have category, quick view of your categories down here, and you can see that that color is changing as soon as I highlight. On the right side, you have ability to search for specific computers, which we call agents. The CMon calls your computer that's running NovaBACKUP client software, meaning the backup software, an agent. And this is my computer here, AGWS John. That's completely customizable as far as searching for results. You can see if I double click on any of these job statuses, it's going to show me a complete breakdown of that actual backup. In this case, it is an image backup, which we used to call disaster recovery, and now it's image backup in version, I believe, 17.5 and above. That's the case. So image backup completed successfully here. You can see that it imaged a hard drive, and you can close out of that log. That's just an easy way to see right away the log status. And like I said, that's completely searchable by agent. You can see groups here. Your agents are configurable to groups, so you could add this machine to any group that you want. You can do that over on the left side. You have a sidebar here, and the sidebar shows you the various functions of the CMon that you can do. And like we were showing, the dashboard is always going to be what first comes up, and that is the configurable option inside the configuration area. So I'll just show you real quick. You can configure what the dashboard shows. So right now it's set to successful jobs as the default status. You can change that to whatever you want, including failed, and then the number of days to go back to display for. So you can set that to be custom. You can also show in front of you which groups show up on the dashboard right away, and you can hide groups just by unchecking the box there that says show. Cancel out of there, go back to the sidebar. The next thing we're going to cover is your listing of agents, and keep in mind that's just the computer that's running NovaBACKUP now. That could be NovaBACKUP PC, server, or Business Essentials. It actually supports all three of our products. There's no limitation to that. It's a completely free product, so you can start using that right away in your environment to monitor all of your NovaBACKUP SMB software.
And John, that would be fantastic for somebody who's got an environment that they're responsible for, like an IT director, correct?
Yes, that's right. So that'd be perfect for one of our partners that, say, manages 3 different companies, backups. So they could actually create a group for each company in this list. By default, your agents are always going to go to a pending group, but you can then create on the top right here your own groups. Go ahead and name one beta. Click add. Group added successfully, so you should see that at the top of the screen now. It auto refreshes that screen for you. And you can simply, if I want to say, move my desktop computer here that's listed, desktop-27, I can double click on that. So all these items are basically clickable. And I can say on the second item down here, I can go to group, and I can set that group to now beta. Click OK. Let's come over so I can see the OK button. And that says agent update successfully. So you can see it actually move that computer up into the group called beta. So you can easily categorize your computers or agents into groups, which is actually fairly necessary for people that are managing multiple businesses, multiple sites, because then that allows you, when we move on to the alerts section, this is something brand new, and this is something that we're pretty proud of. You could always create email notifications in your individual backup jobs inside the backup software. That was always something that you could do, but this extends that functionality a lot further and allows you some pretty powerful things, including sending alerts in groups. So instead of creating in your backup jobs an individual email notification per job, you can actually do all that email notification from within CMon. So you don't need to touch the backup client at that point. And just to show you here, we have ability to create a new alert. An alert will be an email, but the nice thing about this is that you can actually send the emails to your grouped computers or your grouped agents, which means you don't need to go into the backup software and create an individual notification per job. You can just select the type of notification. So we'll just say select all. That's going to include successful and failed and all those items there. You're going to say I want to just do the beta group and the alpha group, and do a select all, meaning select all the workstations involved in those groups. And this is your choice of your interval, so your notification interval for where this email, how often this email is going to get sent per the jobs that finish in this group. And so you can say I want this to be a daily summary, a weekly summary, a monthly summary, or an immediate email that gets sent. That would be sort of like saying in the backup job I want to configure email notification in your actual backup software, although this extends that functionality a lot further because you can set the, say, day of the month or day of the week here to, say, Monday morning. This is the email addresses that you would send to, the subject line. This is something that the backup software didn't have ability to do. You could never customize the subject or the body of your summary emails for alerts. So that's something nice that we have in the CMon. And other than that, we have a reporting capability. So reports here on the left side is going to show you ability to, basically print out a real-time report of all your backup job status. So I can simply go to groups here, select my group. I'll just say pending because that's where most of the computers are going to be until you do groups, until you put them in the groups. So choose pending group, choose the agents. In this case, we have a bunch of them. We're just going to say select all here, and that's 17 total. This is the type of job, so you could even break it down by type of backup. So you could even say, I want to only show a report on virtual machine file level backups. In this case, we'll just say backup, but there are all these choices, including image backup here. That's something that you could not do before. You can never do this kind of reporting before. We had simple form of reporting, but it wasn't to this level, to this extent. And then I'm going to pick the date range. So I'll just go all the way back to, say, December 1st to today. Hit search report. You're going to get like a graph of all your successful jobs and whatever we selected in the type of backup is going to appear here, as well as down below you're going to see the top backup failures, number of failed backups, the last date. So this is a customizable feature. You can actually customize what this report finds, and then you can double click on each one of these entries to see more information about them. Go back to we also have a help menu. So the help menu will show you just the ability to get to the manual. So if I want to read the manual and get an overview of all these functions, which you can do now, you can go to the manual here, and it's going to load up a PDF version of the manual. So you got a table of contents there, and you can actually see basically what I'm talking about, but just more of an extensive overview of that. There's also 2 videos to do with the CMon. One is for installation, and that's directly accessible via the manual. So that takes us to the support website, which you can watch our YouTube video on installing the CMon. Go back to the main manual, and we'll show you the second video. The second video is for how to use the CMon. Page 6 here has the installation, and down below This is a step-by-step guide, so this will walk you through actually installing the CMon, or you can watch the video, and then you also have setting up NovaBACKUP for use with the CMon. So this is basically how you set up NovaBACKUP backup software to connect to the CMon, and that's fairly simple to do.
And I think if you just go to NovaBACKUP.com, there should be links right from the product, the CMon product page, to the videos as well, so you can always access them that way.
And guys, when we make claims like we are backup for the rest of us, that means we want every opportunity a state of before to save you time. If you want a demo of any of our products, we are happy to schedule that. I've met with many of you and given live demos myself on our server, our Business Essentials products. Our job is to make you proficient and be an expert. We have become proficient at being backup leader and expert in the industry, and in addition to that, we want to go to the next level in offering you the highest level of service and support in the industry.